Back in 1993, my life changed forever. I'm pretty sure that in this situation, I was sneakily watching TV well after my bedtime. And this was back when MTV actually used to show music videos all the time, and they had this great show called 120 Minutes that aired late at night. And it would show all manner of videos that were way far away from the mainstream. So that night, for whatever reason, they decided to show this absolutely wild video of this very cute girl running through this strangely psychedelic dark forest. She was running away from animals, falling from the moon, and all sorts of crazy scenes. And behind it was this amazingly catchy song I would find out was called Human Behavior. That, folks, is all it took. I was instantly hooked on the music of Björk, and more than 20 years later, not a week goes by that I don't listen to a great amount of her work. Here's the thing though, a lot of people like to say that Björk's music is some sort of acquired taste, but I completely disagree with that notion. The sounds that she creates have an appeal that anyone can get into, and everybody should. But I think a lot of people hit the stumbling block when they try to get past the persona and image that she and the media have created. Sure, she dresses a bit differently here and there and makes wild videos, but she's hardly the first or the last person to do that. And yes, her music is absolutely on a planet all its own, but there are amazing musical and lyrical hooks in every song she's ever created. And there's this purity, this humanity in her music that's rarely found elsewhere. But here's the other thing. A vast majority of her music is, to put it quite simply, fun. Whether it's due to a killer bounce, a completely captivating melody, or just the spirit of her voice, Björk remains one of the few artists that you can hear the pleasure, enjoyment, and love she puts into every single song she creates. Even on her more delicate and introspective songs, you can sense just how much every note, every sound, every second means to her. And her outright love for her creations becomes one of the most engaging aspects of Björk's music. I mean, find me any artist that can boast as wide a musical range as you can find in Björk's catalog. They just don't exist. While a majority of her songs would fall under the electronic style music category, none of them ever sound alike. And she proves just how much range you can create and find under that umbrella genre classification. But at the same time, she's done countless tracks and an entire album where there's no electronic music at all, and she relies on nothing more than the power and diversity of the human voice to create all of the music and vocals. All of it, and the results are stunning. Speaking of voices, you just can't find anyone that sounds even remotely close to Björk. As when it comes to singing, she boasts an almost limitless vocal range, and she's always finding new and intriguing ways to utilize it across her tracks. Whether it's her almost whispered moments on songs or she's letting her voice soar unrestrained, the raw power and natural beauty of her singing is perhaps the only piece of her music that remains consistent from album to album. Along with all of this, there's no question that Björk remains one of the finest lyricists of her entire generation. And whether she's penning a moving lament on the power of late night musical moments, considering the true roots and meaning of love, or she's creating a rallying cry against overly aggressive governments, she has this distinctive writing style that pulls you in further and further with every song. Björk stands as the perfect embodiment of what a true artist should be. She sings, she writes, and her creations are almost always accompanied by some of the most stunning images you'll ever see. Oh, and at the same time, she's almost always looking for new ways to incorporate cutting-edge technology into her music. A true artist if there ever was one. Simply put, Björk has it all. A killer voice, captivating lyrics, and an endless thirst for sonic creativity that when combined together almost always result in creations that absolutely know no musical peers. And honestly, it's this quest for never doing the same thing twice, combined with her amazing level of raw talent, that simply makes me love Björk.